Happy New Year's Eve everybody, and welcome to a special edition of me and Mr. Bluebeam. We just wanted to look back on all the events that happened in 2024. So looking back, my partner had his operation in December, and that was in 2023, and the January obviously was all about getting him back up and mobile again. So you'll see this picture here of when he started walking again, using his sticks, and making a marvellous progress. And then slowly it got into January, February time when the weather wasn't so good and we had a bit of snow on the ground. Another picture there. And then my car, which is nearly due again another service, we had to take it to Mercedes, and they gave me a free test drive in any car I wanted. And I said, do you know what, I've never driven an electric car before. So they said, yeah, sure, you can drive one. So we had a bomb round in electric car, and actually it was all right. It was just weird because it was like no noise, even that's too much, no noise to it whatsoever. And the interior was exactly the same as mine, exactly the same layout, but it was just weird how you had that braking, which you could take off, but it would try and brake for you, and which was really bizarre. And again, like I say, there's no engine tone whatsoever, but it was a really nice car. But I am looking at changing mine, hopefully next year in 25. But the problem I've got is I'd like one where it's got the hybrid technology of like a Formula 1 car, where it self-charges itself, so you don't have to plug it in. That'd be a lot easier. So I'd have the benefit of the electric and obviously a combustion engine, but I don't want to plug it in because then I don't want to rack up electric bill and then have to go to the fuel station and put a load of fuel in it, because that's really defeating the object. So at the minute, you either got to be all in electric or hybrid, where you have to prat around charging it or putting the fuel in as well. So if I get one, it's probably going to be, I think, another petrol, because I do too many stop-start journeys to warrant having a diesel. I do the mileage, but I don't do it like motorway mileage. So look for me seeing if I can get my car changed. I do like the GLAs, they're the ones what I really like, but it's just trying to get to a deal where they give me a good price for my car and I don't need a massive deposit to put down. So I'll show you a picture of that electric car. And then obviously we've had the health concerns of Mr. Bluebeam. Looking back on the videos I've done, we had early on issues with his eyes, where Mr. Bluebeam would constantly scratch his eyes to the point where they would close, and I was buying drops and trying to get, like antihistamine tablets for dogs, because French bulldogs have a lot of allergies, and they're even allergic to dust, which is no good in my house, with the best will in the world. And so we was just trying to get that medication right. And then obviously in July we had the issue with Blue's back, where we knew there was a problem, that he was just not himself. And if you've got a dog or any animal, when your animal is in pain, even though they can't tell you like a human. And Blue was suffering, and we ended up taking him to the vets, and they said he's got a slip disc. So after 30 days of a mixture of complete bed rest and treatment, Blue made a good recovery. He was off all the pain relief and he was walking again. But we know, a few months down the line, we started going backwards again, which I'll talk about in a bit later on in the video. So September, it was my birthday, and I'd booked a year ago to go to St. Lucia because I wanted to go to the Caribbean island. And to be honest with you, I was actually inspired by Asheville, because that's where we were from, and it looked a really nice place. And I said, yeah, why don't we go to St. Lucia, because obviously that's where he's from. So we booked it and we stayed in a Sandals hotel, but to get there we had to fly from Gatwick, which is a long way from where I live. We decided to go on the train. We decided to go first class on the train. I mean, I can probably count on one hand how many times I've been on a train. So it was really daunting. I was like, oh my God, what happens if we get on the wrong train? What happens if we get delayed? And I had all these thoughts going through my head. And then we had to go on the underground, and that was a bloody experience in its own right. It was absolutely boiling, and nobody seemed to be able to help me to sort of direct me to which line to get on, even though that was their job and they worked there. And that's where we think my partner's actually got a hernia from, because he were pulling the suitcases and we was going up and down the steps trying to find somebody who actually knew what they were doing. And I remember him shouting out in pain, going, oh, I've pulled myself. And I went, well, you wally, you know, as you do. And then later on in the holiday, I examined him, and lo and behold, he's got a hernia, which in the new year, guys, he is having surgery. So January 25 potentially is operation month, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So then obviously we went away, and I'll show you some pictures here. And then it was October, and we come back, and we decided that last year my partner asked me to marry him, and I said, yep, brilliant, we'll do that, but we're not actually getting married. It's just nice to have an engagement ring, just to show that next level of commitment, because we have been together 26 years. And so we said, yep, because when he asked me last October, we had a cable tie. Another picture. And obviously he wanted to get me something special, so we went to the jewellers, and this is the sparkler. So that ring is locked away, mostly because I can't wear it, because being a nurse, you can't have diamonds on your fingers, you can't get any stones really. It's just a plain banded wedding ring, but obviously, you know, I'm not married, so we don't require one of those. But yeah, it comes out on special occasions, which is nice. And then what happened? Oh yes, because when we was away and I looked at the pictures of myself, especially at the waterfall here, that inspired me to join the gym in October as well. Another picture. So then because of that photo, I decided, oh my God, I need to get my act together. And I looked for a personal trainer, and I had a colleague who'd been going to this lady a few villages away at the local gym called Jodie. And I got in touch with her, and she took me under her wing. So we started off with 3 sessions a week, but it's so hard to get the sessions to work around my shifts, and financially, I had to back it off to 2 sessions a week. But I do up to 10,000 steps a day. You know, we do lots of walking. I've got my cross trainer. I have got some bits and pieces. I've got a weight and some dumbbells, and I have actually got a slam ball as well upstairs, but I don't know how heavy it is. So I can do bits and bobs in between, and when I feel a bit more confident, I can do extra sessions. But like I say, it's with my job trying to fit it in, it's just rock hard. So that's something to follow in 2025, because Jodie said, Tony, it's your year. So I'm holding you to that, Jodie. So yeah, then it was Christmas, and obviously I went out with the olders, mum and dad, to the garden centre with my other half as well. And we managed to get a bargain with that Christmas tree. And I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. And then obviously we had Christmas dinner. I was working Christmas Day, and then yeah, I've been working today as well. I've got tomorrow off, New Year's Day only, and mum and dad, I've invited them to come for New Year's Day dinner. So Mum and Dad are coming for New Year's Day dinner, and that's the first time ever they've come for New Year's Day dinner. So I'm doing a 3-course Christmas dinner again, but we're having pork instead of turkey. So I hope I haven't rambled on too much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you to everybody who's been liking and subscribing to the channel. Me and Mr. Blue Bean really do appreciate it. So, from me and the cheeky, money-draining Mr. Blue Bean, we want to wish you a fabulous new year. I hope 2025 is a good one for you all, guys. I really do. And me and Mr. Blue Bean will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.